I am at Guadalupe River State Park today. So, a new one. It's very foggy right now and it's kind of damp and it's humid. It's not hot yet. I don't know what I'm going to hike yet, but this already has a very different vibe from everywhere else I've been here in Texas. I don't know how to describe it. It's just very different. The river is beautiful. The birds are very loud. There's quite a few people here fishing. There's a lot of storm damage from the flood. I think it was last spring it came through here, but it's like all this debris, like 20 feet up in the trees. Reminds me of the Eagle Rock Loop in Arkansas, where even last fall in 2025, you could still see flood damage from the big flood they had in 2010. So water can do so much damage and it's lasting, but it's interesting. It's very sobering and humbling. So the trail I need to get to is right there. But we had a lot of rain yesterday, so I don't think I can cross this without getting wet. Well, that wasn't too bad, except I did slide on a rock and I went in up to my waist, so that was fun. It was very slippery in there, and the current's actually stronger than it looks. And I dropped my phone in the water, but I think it's okay. I guess we'll find out. It was only for like a split second and I pulled it right back out, so. Okay, so phone seems to be fine. So we're taking a river connector trail to some other trail. I don't know what it's called, but we're gonna climb out of here. I think this is the trail. Looks like a trail. The bugs are out, man. Mosquitoes. So I guess I'm off trail. According to all trails, I need to go either to the right or to the left to find the trail. So I'm gonna stumble through this rocky, muddy, mossy stuff and see if there's a trail over here. All right, so I was way off trail and I don't know how that happened. Okay, so now we're on a trail. An arrow. Little Bluestem loop. Goes this way. We're gonna go this way. This is cool. It's so different. Look at this. Okay, probably not something to get excited about, but it's like this grass. I don't know if it captures it very well, but it's like 4 feet tall. I don't know if you can see it, but there's used to be a fence here. All the posts. There's no shortage of fire ants. I've gone a mile and there's a turnoff here. There's cliffs. Cross over there, man. That's impressive. Looks like there's a sand bar or gravel bar down there. Oh, I'm gonna end up going down and then I'm gonna come back up. I was complaining about having to go down because I'm gonna have to go back up, but this, look at this. That's incredible. These trees are so fascinating to me. The bottoms look so strange. All right, what goes down has to go back up. I gotta go back up that. Back on the main trail. Breathing hard. The climb wasn't bad. But I'm definitely, hitting the green zone on my watch. I think that goes back to the river access point. And I think we're gonna keep going this way. This tree right here is massive. But looks like it broke off at the base. This whole part right here has fallen over. But it's still massive. Like it didn't even put a dent in it to lose half of its base. Unless it's the second tree, I don't know, it's hard to tell. This stretch in here, it's like bouldery and old trees. It's not open at all, it's pretty enclosed, but there's all these rocks, and I don't know if this was also damaged by the flood. I don't know if it got up this high, but there's a lot of trees that have been completely wrecked. That's so cool, these trees are so big. Something wrecked them. There's down trees all over the place in here. So now it looks like we're on some kind of road. These cardinals have been flying in and around me, kind of darting across the trail in front of me. It's been kind of magical. I finally got one on video. The female. I wish I could have gotten the bright red one, but couldn't get them. Too quick, but they've been like darting around me. It's kind of cool. I think they're playing a game. Now I'm seeing some trails that go out to the cliff. I'm gonna go out on this one, and then not a bad view. See the river. It's the restroom changing facility up over there in the parking lot, and then the river picnic area down there. Kind of no point in going out there because it'll be the same view, but there's another little overlook. Oh, the video captures that, but that was a really good climb. Whew. Can't tell how steep that was, but you can see the view looking back. All right, I am at a junction. It is very hot. I'm sweating so bad, like dripping, and I forgot my buff, so that's why I wear a buff, so I can keep all this stuff from dripping down into my eyes, and the bugs are out, so if I stop for too long, they find my legs. So I was on the golden-cheeked Warbler trail. They just abbreviated GCW, which I was trying to figure out back there what that stood for. And I'm gonna go to the Creek Overloop. And I know it just rained yesterday, so that's why it's wet. I've got puddles. But it's interesting because it's just like kind of random. You're walking on dirt, and then all of a sudden you get to this really big slab of rock. I think one of my favorite things when I hike is when I end up in places like this where I'm just like, I feel very enclosed, which is like very reassuring. I feel safe and secure, not vulnerable, although there's probably critters watching me from behind the bushes. I don't know. I hear noises every once in a while, but I also feel completely alone, and everything is just quieter in here. But it's like unsettling in a way, because I'm like, oh, I'm by myself. Like, you'll feel almost like you're lost, but you're not, because you can see the trail, and you feel surrounded, but also completely alone. You feel safe, but vulnerable. Such a weird contradiction of emotions. But like, ultimately, I just get to a point where I'm like, wow, I'm really at peace. Like, I could stay here forever. I don't want to ever leave. And all the stress goes away. Like, there's no problems in the world. I mean, there are, but they're not here. Yeah, look at that. You can see a road in there. I thought that might be where the road I was on went, but I don't think so. I think that's something else. I don't know if you can hear the creek down there, but you can't see it. You can hear it though. The trail goes along this ridge. Not ridge, but cliff area. The other side of this loop was in the woods, where I was talking about it being really dense and enclosed. This side of the loop, you're on this side of a hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it. Just kind of skirting it and following the edge of it through there. Completely different vibe. So funny. Same trail. And about half a mile it completely changed. And then we're going to go into that little draw. And then you can see the trail on the other side. Which, this is looking back, you can see the trail up there. But that's one way that you can keep the trail nicely graded. We actually dropped quite a bit, but it didn't feel like it because it's like almost like a switchback. Hamburger Trail. We did the Creek Overlook. I'm not going to do this one. There's some really big benches in there. Hamburger Trail. Oh, Hamburger Trail. So this is the loop. Hamburger Trail is a loop. That's like another 2 miles, and I don't really want to do it. Okay, yeah. I did the Creek Overlook. Coming up here. Here's the junction for the Creek Overlook. And then now we're back on the part of the trail I was on before. At the part where I had to climb. Now we're going down. Back at this junction. The little Bluestem loop, or this way. This will go to the river access trail. That cutoff was significantly shorter. Arrow, that way. See if I can get this right. Going back down to the river. Okay, I'm the idiot. So when you come up from the river, I went that way. I should have looked at the sign with the arrow that said go that way. Pay attention to the sign. It'll save you some heartache. In all fairness, I was worried about my phone that had fallen in the river, so I was a little distracted. So the overlook that I was up on, somewhere up there, you can't see it from here, but I was looking down on this picnic area. It was kind of cool. 10 out of 10. That was fantastic. That might be my new favorite. The river's beautiful. Walking through the river was fine. The little Bluestem loop was great with some unique flat grassland area and then overlooks of the river, and you could go down to the river like more than one place. I only went down in one place, but and then the golden-cheeked Warbler Trail, which they abbreviated GCW. That was nice. I mean, it looks like a service road, but it's pleasant, and there were lots of birds, so that was cool. And then the Creek Overlook Trail. If you're gonna hike a trail out here, you gotta work to get out to it, so you gotta put in some miles to get to it. But once you get to it, like, it was magical. Like, the first half of it was in the forest, like super dense, and you just kind of wind around in there with boulders, and it was just super cool. And then you get to the overlook, which you can't really see the creek, but you can see, you know, mountains in the distance. And then on the backside of that, you follow this, not really a ridge, but you're like kind of in and out on these hills along the side of it. And, you know, I don't know, just a different vibe. Like, it was super cool. Very diverse trail with lots of things to look at. And the thing you could do when you finish your hike is you could just go jump in the river and cool down. I thought about it, but I don't have a change of clothes, and I didn't want to get my truck all messed up, and my feet are already wet. I didn't bring a change of shoes. My Crocs, I was like, I don't need those today. Well, so I get wet feet for the drive home, but that's okay. But yeah, the rest of me, I didn't want to dunk myself in there, but that would have felt very wonderful and There are lots of people down there swimming right now. So that's always an option when you're done hiking. There's more trails out here. I don't think I'm going to have time to do them, but that's okay. Yep, highly recommend. Okay, bye.